All right, welcome to the pilot video of my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be patterning my shotgun here. I have a Winchester SX4 with a couple different chokes in front of me. The first one is a Muller Passing Choke. It's an improved, modified to full choke. I'm really excited to see how this patterns out. I've heard a lot of good things, a lot of good reviews on this one. I also have in front of me a stock Winchester modified choke. We'll be testing some shots out of that here today. I'm planning on doing a shot pattern at 20 yards and then another one at 40 yards. I have a couple different shells here in front of me. First one is a 6-shot, 2 3/4. I have a couple different variances of 4-shot that I would like to try out. I have a 2 BB here and then also a regular BB. I got the shot cam all calibrated, so I'm excited to see what the point of aim, point of impact is when I pattern the shotgun. Let's grab the Muller choke here. Here's a close-up of the Muller Passing Choke. It is a non-ported choke, sticks out of the barrel about 1 1/8 or so. The Muller choke is an improved, modified / full choke, and it has no restrictions on the type of ammo you can shoot, which is super nice. I feel like it gives you a lot of freedom in what type of ammo and loads you can shoot out of this thing, and I've heard a lot of good things. I'm really excited to pattern this choke. All right, I have installed the Muller Passing Choke into the end of my Winchester SX4 here. It does stick out from the barrel about 1 1/8 or so. So let's grab this first box of shells here that I have. The first box we're going to try out are these Federal game loads. They are 2 3/4, 6-shot, 1 ounce at 1290 feet per second. This is the smallest load that I have here today that I'm going to pattern. I am excited to see how this slower FPS holds up in this Muller choke against the stuff that's going a lot faster. This is the target that I'm going to be patterning on today. It is a target from National Target. It is one of their shotgun patterning targets. It's got some pretty cool features that I'm super excited to test out. As you can see, it's got the green kind of in the center and around it. So when you shoot the paper, you take a picture of it, and that green coincides with the app that you can download for iPhone and Android. And it tells you a bunch of really cool information about your pattern and stuff like that. I'm super excited to test it out. Here's the part number down here. I will put the part number and a link to the targets in the description below. All right, got the target set up 20 yards downrange. First shell that I'm going to be shooting is this 6-shot, 2 3/4 game load from Federal. It's moving at 1290 feet per second. So let's throw this in the shotgun and see how she patterns. All right, let's go down range and see how that turned out. All right, this was the number 6 shot at 20 yards out of the Muller choke. As you can see, pretty dense, which makes sense because it's an improved, modified / full choke. I'm going to take a picture of this and plug it into that Shotgun Profiler app that they have and see how that works. And I'll throw a screenshot on the video here and maybe do a voiceover, see what kind of info I get out of it. Next on the list is this Federal Black Cloud 4-shot. It is 3-inch 4-shot, 1 1/4 at 1450 FPS. This is a pretty common waterfowl round that a lot of people really enjoy, so I'm hoping that it patterns pretty good. So let's throw this in the shotgun and see how she patterns. All right, let's go see how the 4-shot did downrange. All right, so we have the 4-shot black cloud here. As you can see, at 20 yards, we have the wad hit, which makes sense, we were pretty close. It happened with this 4-shot black cloud and that 6-shot game load from Federal also. It's a pretty tight pattern. I like it. I'm definitely happy with that. I will plug this into the shotgun profiler and see what kind of info we can get out of it. For the last of the 4-shot, I have some heavy bismuth here. 3-inch 4-shot, 1 3/8 charge at 1450 feet per second. This is a bismuth load. I'm really excited to see how this shoots compared to the steel. Let's throw it in the shotgun, see how it goes. All right, let's go down range, see how that bismuth shot. All right, up here, this is the 4-shot bismuth. I'd say it patterned pretty good. I'm curious to see what the shotgun profiler says on what the difference is between the bismuth and the steel. All right, now we have the Heavy Metal Extreme 12 gauge 3-inch. This is a 2-BB shot. It is 1 1/4 shot charge going at 1450 feet per second. So this is kind of like maybe a duck / goose load that someone might run. So let's throw that into the shotgun, see how she goes. All right, let's go down range, see how it shot. All right, here's a close-up of the Heavy Metal Extreme 2-BB. Not a bad pattern here. You can definitely notice when you get up into those bigger size BBs, there's obviously less pellets hit. So you do have a couple stragglers down here, but all in all, not a bad pattern. We'll throw it into the shotgun profiler, see what it looks like. Next up, we have some Heavy Metal 12 gauge 3-inch double BB at 1 1/4 shot charge and 1500 feet per second. This is an option for goosel that I'm going to be trying out this winter time. See how patterns in the shotgun. Got a target at 20 yards. Let's throw our shell in here. This is the last target that I have for 20 yards, and we'll be redoing this whole thing at 40 yards. See how she shoots. All right, let's go down range and see how that double BB shot. All right, down at the target here, this is that double BB. Pattern's pretty centralized there. We do have a flyer down here, a couple flyers up there, one to the side. So that's not bad though. That's pretty centralized. See if I can get that shot cam footage of all of these tests, and I can see where I was aiming and where the shot kind of ended up. I can also see that with the shotgun profiler app also. All right, got the angle switched up a little bit. I couldn't get quite 40 yards out of the way that I was facing before, so now got it all rearranged. I got the target set up now, rangefinder confirmed at 40 yards. We're going back to that 6-shot. Still have the Muller choke in there. I'm gonna shoot this at 40 yards, see how it compares to the 20 yards. All right, let's go see how that 6-shot did at 40 yards. All right, we are back up here at the target. We got the number 6 game load at 40 yards, still with that Muller choke. You can see, makes sense that the pattern is definitely a lot more open. There's not really many gaps, especially with how small this 6-shot is. I mean, it's pretty good for dove hunting, small game, stuff like that. So there's really only a couple places where you have a tiny bit of gap in that pattern, but all in all, it looks pretty good. All right, now for the second 40-yard shot, we have the black cloud up again, number 4 shot black cloud. Let's take a shot at 40 yards, see how it compares to the 20. All right, let's go down range and see how it shot. All right, we're up here at the 40-yard target with the number 4 black cloud out of the Muller. It's definitely opening up, as you would expect, going from 20 to 40. We do have some flyers up top. Kind of, the pattern might be a touch high, because it definitely have a little bit of a gap at the bottom, but do have a couple gaps here up top in the upper part of the pattern, but overall should shoot pretty good, should kill some ducks. All right, so thirdly, we have this HEVI-Shot Bismuth. This is the 4-shot. Let's see how it fares at 40 yards. I'm hoping it does a fair bit better than the black cloud, but that's what we're about to find out. All right, let's go see how that bismuth did at 40 yards. All right, up here at the 40-yard target, just shot the number 4 bismuth out of the SX4 in the Muller choke. Definitely looks like I might have pulled it left a little bit, but all in all, that's a pretty dang good pattern. I'm curious to see what the shotgun profiler says about this compared to that steel black cloud. Very few gaps in this pattern, so looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. All right, 4th shot at 40 yards. I have this Heavy Metal Extreme 2-BB. I don't know if I mentioned it in the first 20-yard shot, but this is a 70-30 tungsten steel blend. It's going at 450 feet per second, and it's 1 1/4. Let's shoot this at 40 yards and see how it fares. All right, let's go down range and see how the 2-BB did. All right, down here at 40 yards with the HEVI-Shot 2-BB 70-30 tungsten blend. Not the best pattern. What I've seen, I got a couple stragglers down here. Definitely pulls to the left. I don't know if that was probably me, but definitely fair bit of gap, kind of up here and in the center right here. Yeah, it's definitely not terrible, but I bet you there's probably some better shells out there that would pattern a little bit better. I have heard that the Muller choke likes slower FPS shells, so I might have to find some BB and 4-shot that will be a little bit slower on the FPS, and maybe those will pattern a little bit better. All right, for our 5th and final shot at 40 yards, I have the Heavy Metal Bismuth again here, then double BB. It's a 70-30 steel / bismuth load at 1500 feet per second. I'll throw it in the shotgun and see how it patterns down range at 40 yards. All right, our last shot is down there. Let's go see how it looks. All right, down here for our fifth and final shot at 40 yards with the heavy metal double BB steel and bismuth blend. I honestly like this better than the 2-BB. It definitely seems like it patterned a little bit better. Not as many gaps. I mean, there's still a couple gaps here and there, but it is seeming like it's a lot better than the 2-BB. What I'm planning on doing is using the shotgun profiler and doing a comparison between every single shot that I have taken, 20 and 40, in between all the different shells, and seeing how they all square up. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video today. That was me patterning my Muller choke at 20 yards and 40 yards. I was originally planning on doing a comparison between that modified choke that comes with the SX4 and then the passing choke that I got from Muller, but I think I'm just going to do the Muller choke today. If you guys have any other kinds of videos you want me to do, drop them below in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe, and I look forward to the ideas that you guys have for future videos. I appreciate y'all. God bless.